Hi guys, and welcome back to another Let's Build episode. So last time we were building up the church graveyard as well as some houses on the road, which is in between the lower class housing district and the main kind of marketplace. Now if you're new to the channel at all, we do a lot of tutorials and time lapses just like this one, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also guys, if you're new to the series at all, I'll leave a link in the card above, as well as in the description, to not only the full Let's Build Lordsport series, but also the Let's Build Pataria series. Anyway guys, let's get into building. So carrying on from last episode, we had those really kind of bright houses, lots of colour in those houses, and I wanted to continue this on with the entire row of houses around the graveyard kind of area. So one of the colours that we actually haven't used is red. So I had a look at all the houses and I was thinking, why haven't I actually used any reds? I haven't got any reds at all. You know, I've got oranges, but no red. So I decided, you know, we're going to make a red house. I wanted to make it a little bit different. So this one's actually quite square. And what I tried to do is, you know, make it square and then start extending off of that. Again, doing it at an angle. A lot of these houses are at an angle just because of the way that the roads have worked more naturally that way. But yeah, this one actually did turn out quite nice, I think. And I went with the dark oak with that kind of red. I just think it looks really good. It kind of makes it pop quite nicely. And I think you need that kind of contrast. You need that darkness in there to make it work. So yeah guys, if you guys have got any ideas for what we should put in these houses, whether these are just going to be normal houses or whether they should actually have small shops in them, that would be really good, and please do let me know. It's a bit of an odd area, this street, so yeah, do let me know what your thoughts are for that, and we'll get onto that in a live stream one day, so it'll be quite good. So we go, just finishing up the nice little bits of details, but yeah, first time I've used red, and it actually looks really good. I was actually surprised at how it turned out. So we've got another house as well, right on the side here, this time going for quite a big one. This, because of the way that the hill works, a lot of these are going to have like kind of underground areas, and I'm actually thinking of having those almost rented out more to the lower class district side of things. So whether we have some of them where we've got St. Helena, who of course was from the church, whether we have some of them where they're actually places where the homeless can sleep at night, so, you know, kind of shelters, you know, think about it that way. Going for the yellow again, this is actually one of my favourite colours for doing houses now, because it's so bright and really nice and colourful, and again, dark oak seems to go really well. The contrast between those two works really well. I wanted to use dark stone on the roof as well, and I'm trying to mix more of this in as I go around Lordsport and trying to really variate the roofs, so that you get kind of just lots of different colours, because there's so many different combinations that we can do with our blocks in Minecraft. Now coming around to the back here, this is where we've got the lower class district, and what I decided to do was completely finish up the lower class district in one take. So this is going to be quite a big bit, but I did spend, you know, 2 or 3 hours just building it. I was just thinking, like, let's get it done, let's get it finished up. So we've got lots of small houses in this part of it. So, you know, using a lot of the colours that we've already got before, because I can't imagine these being really colourful, having lots of different variation. Instead, you're going to have the same materials, the same woods that are going to be used all the way through the lower class area, but still trying to be kind of creative, make sure that we've got lots of areas where they're kind of overhanging and the buildings are really kind of pushing into each other. I still wanted that really close feel with it, so making sure we go with that. So the first one, yeah, using the hardened clay and also the jungle and granite. This one here is actually hitting into the wall, so this was kind of like part of this wall. I wanted to have it really quite tight in. All of the roads in this, or really the paths really, are so small and cramped, and now that we've got lots of housing down in the lower class part of it, you can really get lost. It's really good. In between this house, I wanted to have a way up to the guard tower, because I want to have regular ways into the guard tower, but as you can imagine, I don't think the guards will want to use this entrance ever. So, you know, because it's one of those areas, but it is there. It was part of the city initially, and then this started to happen. You start to have the lower class district being built around this side. That's the kind of ways I want to think about it. So that alley is no longer kind of really used by the guards, at least. I don't think in general the guards will really patrol this area. They'll be instead in the main town parts of it. So we go putting in more houses, more details. This one ended up being really, really blocky, quite a chunky kind of house. So I wanted to really kind of break it up by having this big area pushing forwards off of it with this big window. It was a way to kind of stop it looking so flat. I thought it just looked a bit too flat with that one. Going with more of a kind of sandy colour there. And then we've got the final house for the lower class district, which is just on the side here. And this fits into kind of a really interesting little area. So it's a bit of an L shape, still angled of course. But yeah, it's all kind of pushed in on right on the angle. And what we're going to do around the side of this area as well is we're going to actually put a little bit of a wall across. So I want to actually wall this off. I don't know if I'll open it up at a later time. I think we'll see kind of what ends up happening with that, but yeah, it's looking quite nice and quite good, and it kind of finishes up that housing, which means, you know, we're done with another major milestone in Lordsport. Now, one of the things you might have noticed is that in front of these houses we actually have this really small area. So I wanted to keep this small area as a small market. So this is going to be the Paupers type market. So you know, the goods aren't going to be as good. Maybe some of them are stolen. I don't know. Maybe there's quite a big Thieves Guild kind of movement in Lordsport in this area. So we've got fish, we've got vegetables and other wares, lots of bits and pieces, and they're all kind of pushed against these buildings. So, you know, they're kind of like, almost like part of the houses, and there's nothing that really any of the residents can do or the people that own it. But here is the finished build, guys. Really happy with it. So we've got the Paupers market down here. I really like it. I've put lots of kind of cloths being, you know, hung up across all of the buildings, because that seems to make it really feel quite cramped, and really works with the lighting with the shaders. And we've got the other houses here as well. I'm really happy with how those turned out, especially, you know, the reds and the yellows. The bright colours on this row look awesome. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.